Hi, friends. Welcome to Leave Me Alone. I'm working on it.
Sorry, Ori's just
Ori's like taking apart her cell phone right now.
It's chaos over here. Hey,
You love the little slidey thing on the back of your phone.
I do.
Don't you
the
find
pop
it
socket.
adds chunk to your phone though?
No, but it means that so I got it because I like to read at night, like in bed.
Oh.
And then your phone is falling on your face.
On your face?
So
Yeah,
now you've
that
got
helps me.
the pop
I should
socket.
probably have it so that I don't drop my phone, because one thing I do a lot, I drop that thing.
Yeah.
All day, every day. Yes.
But that's why I got it, because it helps. Plus it goes flat. But right now I'm struggling, so I've taken it off because
Well, there you go.
Anyway, welcome to. Did you welcome?
I did. I said welcome to Leave Me Alone.
Guys,
I'm working on it. My name is Cassie J. This is Ore.
Yeah.
Lovely in purple. We love it. We love it. We love it. Looking good. Looking good.
I'm really leaning into the color.
You should
and you
be.
know what?
You should
I
be.
don't hate it.
I should join you, because right now I'm dressed
You really
in
should.
funeral black. But I don't hate it. I love it for myself. I feel like I look good, so I'm okay with that.
Funeral black.
Well, it's literally black head to toe. Even my shoes are black.
What?
What other black is there?
Just black.
Yeah, but black is what you wear at a funeral.
No, you could wear white at a funeral. Actually, if you are Nigerian, we don't wear black.
Yeah, Nigerians
We wear color.
wear
to
so
funeral.
much color. And actually, that's so nice.
We wear the gele and the
It's so
agbada, and
nice.
it's because it's
But
either
surely
a
you can
celebration
walk
of
past
life
something and you're
or-
like, is it a wedding? Is it a funeral? Like you just don't know what's going on.
Yes,
Got it.
100%. Because
Okay.
it's either it's a celebration of life, like maybe the person died when they were old, they've got children and grandchildren, or it's just as we call it, a befitting farewell.
Oh,
So you show up in your Sunday best.
Got it.
Like even if you are in mourning,
Got it.
you come you put it together
Get it together
for this person,
Yeah.
like to send them off.
That's
yeah,
lovely.
so
That's how it should be.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Fully agree. I'm Nigerian, so nothing to hate there. Anyway, I'm sure that at this point we have all seen the news about Princess Kate.
I can't even. I have so many feelings and emotions about this thing.
It's the way this hun didn't even let me finish what the news was. It was actually like, oh wait, I have emotions
I
about
have emotions.
this thing.
I have feelings. I'm
Like
angry.
mixed
I'm
mood.
sad. I feel all of the things. And I think the biggest thing that I'm feeling for Kate is like the outrage
Yeah.
at the people. Leave the hun alone. Like if she disappeared because she needed a moment to kind of cope. Let's put aside the fact that she has cancer. Okay, let's put that down for 1 second. Homegirl, let's say she just needed to dip because she's like, you know what? I've been Princess Kate for like 10,000 years now. It's a bit much. I need a 3-month vacay. Allow her to disappear. Now we're on Princess Kate watch. Now people are stalking her, following her, like hounding her.
It's funny for me because Cassandra is on a roll here. Cassandra's upset. Cassandra's
I'm
like,
upset
wait,
for
don't even
her.
finish the story. Just
Sorry, please, sorry. I feel very strongly about it, and I feel sad for her.
no, you're feeling the right things. But what I wanted to say is, if you don't know what's been happening, let us give you a breakdown of the timeline.
Okay, there you go. You do the timeline. Because I actually don't know the timeline. I do know all the conspiracy theories. I do know all of the, because TikTok was...
You're a
I am a
conspiracy theory person. So
TikTok was wild. It was wild. Okay, but take us through the timeline.
Okay, so as of 2 days ago, Princess Kate did a video where she's now shared with the world that she is undergoing treatment for cancer. Right? Didn't say what cancer it was. But if we go back to January 17, Kensington Palace releases a press release saying that she was admitted for an abdominal surgery, and the surgery was a success, and she is fine, but will be in the hospital for 10 to 14 days. Right? And then at the end of that press release,
So
they say
unnecessarily
that
specific.
she's going to be in recovery, healing, taking time away from the public eye and from public duties till after Easter,
I do
which is
remember this.
end of March.
Which is now.
Now. Right? That's what they told us.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in January, that same January 17, I went into the comments on that post. Yo,
What were people
like
saying?
humans, we're
People are
not
the
human
worst,
in. We're
hey?
just like the comments were rough. People were like, no, something smells fishy, something's off. Anyway, this was right after that first one. So people are already spinning. why is she? And then I see a nurse in the comments go, why is she in hospital for 10 to 14 days after abdominal surgery? What?
I
And
did
I'm
see
like,
that.
what
I
math
did
are
see
you?
that.
Your math is not mathing. What are you saying?
Okay, also though, not gonna lie, even me, I was like 10 to 14 days. I mean, surgery.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but like surgery these days is like pretty efficient.
But it depends. You don't know they didn't tell us what surgery it was.
But I'm just like, okay. I'm saying
But
that
I
thought,
hear you. Yeah,
that
of
thought
course.
also crossed
Of
my
course.
mind when I read this.
And
yes.
then we move to Jan 29, and then there's another press release that says that she's now going home and will continue to heal while she's at home.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so it's fine. It's good. I think so far, comms team has done the right thing. You've told us that, so we're not wondering.
I have a comment on that as well, as a comms person, but I'm gonna let you finish.
I mean, because this is the palace, right? They must tell the people, and then you said she's going home.
Must
okay,
they?
fine. Well, it's the crown. This is what
Must
Dami was
they?
making me. The crown will do what the crown must do for the crown. But okay.
We'll unpack.
Anyway, so after Jan 29, now the world has gone full on bonkers. And now we're like, no, she went for a BBL. No, she's cheating.
BBL.
Yes. I saw this. Like it went around.
No,
she's cheating on him. No, she's vanished. They're lying to us. They don't know where she is.
Yeah, no, the conspiracies were wild.
It
was that like she was upset because Will had been cheating, and I think Will has cheated on her. I
had no idea.
Everyone seems very convinced that that's happened. So okay, and then I read also that like Meghan and Kate. Because did you see the video?
Hold on.
Sorry.
You're about to go into the conspiracies.
Sorry.
Wait,
Sorry,
hold
'cause
on.
I just like
give me 1 sec.
Okay.
So we've gone full on bonkers, right? This is Jan 29. Then March 10 is when the Mother's Day Photoshop thing happened, which we are now calling Kate Gate. Because why not? Why not name the scandal, right? And
people are the worst.
that happened March 10. March 11, we make the sick woman come out and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, it was me. Oopsie."
Crazy.
March 11.
Crazy.
Fast forward now to March 22nd when she's done this video to put the rumors to bed, sort of. And she's now like, "I'm actually sick, guys. This is what's happening. We chose this for our family. What. Okay. Now, go." So you got the timeline. Okay, go, Cass, run with it.
I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't even know where to start. There are so many emotions and things that I'm feeling because I think, so for me, let's dive into the conspiracy theories about where Kate was, what was going on. Because I don't know if you remember also Philip, is his name Philip? Guys,
Who's Philip?
I don't know the royal family.
Who's
So,
Philip?
like, I'm not that invested.
Who's Philip?
Is it Philip? No, Charles. Is it Charles? What's
Philip
his name?
is his dad.
Philip is his dad. Charles. The old one.
Sandra, be nice.
old. He's old.
But still,
The old
you can't
one.
describe people as
He's old. Anyway, so he's
the king.
The king. Fine, the king. He also gets admitted to hospital.
Was he admitted? I thought
He's
it was
like
at
they
home.
were at the same time. They went in, and then didn't he also then? So he's now himself also got cancer,
There's
and he
3
did.
royals currently that have
Who's
cancer.
the third?
I've forgotten her name now, but there's a 3rd royal who's got cancer as
That's
well.
very sad. That's very sad.
So that family is going
They're
through,
going through
a lot.
it.
Whether or not you like the royals
or
or
not.
you
Fair.
believe
and as
in
you
them
can
or
see,
not.
me personally, not invested.
Not a fan, right?
Not invested.
But whether or not that family is going through a lot,
Give
and
them
I
the
think
space and
give them the
time.
space and the time.
So the conspiracy theories, okay? Because I don't know if you saw that one video of the helicopter doing a like medevac helicopter doing a landing into Buckingham Palace.
No, I
Did
didn't
you
see
see
that one.
And then the conspiracies were insane. People were like, Meghan and Harry have come to take Kate and the kids back to the States because Kate is now fleeing the royal family. And there were all these pictures of like Kate and Meghan together, like consoling each other and like spending time together because Meghan's been through it. And I was like, that's insane. That's absolutely crazy. And then did you see the video of Kate and Will going to the farmer's shop?
Yeah.
Also obviously very staged because we must now placate the people.
But here's okay.
Very
so I have 2 things to
unbelievable.
say. But first of all, my first question is this: remember that point in the story when I said they had told us don't expect to see her. She's gonna be sick and recovering till the end of March. Then all of a sudden, people are clamoring, "Where's Kate? Where's Kate? Where's Kate? Where's the princess?"
Do you know,
this.
do you
And
know
then
why
you
that was
decide.
happening? Do you know why that was happening? Because Will only went to go visit her in the hospital in the 10 to 12 days one time.
Yeah, that's what you know.
Correct.
That's
no,
what
no,
the
no,
public
correct.
knows.
But that's what I'm saying. The public saw
Again,
that once,
not your
and they
business.
were like, oh no, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't see any way to tell this story without saying that we, the public, are responsible
Yeah.
for all of the nonsense that's currently happening.
Absolutely.
And her comms team.
Absolutely.
You already
Absolutely.
told us, guys, this is what's happening. Don't
Why are
look
you-
for her.
why are
Don't
you
ask for
placating
Kate.
the people?
Then why did you wake up March 10th and
Why
give
are
us
you
a
placating
false
the people?
photo or whatever that thing was? Like, why are you placating the people? A woman is sick. A woman is ill. And you are choosing what?
I don't know. Like, 'cause
Public sway
I
over
think
that?
because the whole thing is like in crisis comms, the objective is to protect reputation. Okay, so what we're trying to do is to protect the now with the rumors and everything that's going on, and people were doing insane things. Like on Twitter, people were saying, "I have a close source, someone close to the
Yes,
family,
yeah,
someone
yeah,
close to, someone close to," and I mean, I can claim right now that I'm close to Bill Gates. I can claim it. Like I've got a source close to Bill Gates who says XYZ, you know, but people were not only claiming it, but people were then believing it, and it fuels this thing, this reputation of the royal family, which now must be protected. It now must be honed, it must be managed, it must be seen to. Now, my issue with the comms team is that the messaging was very, very clear from the beginning.
It was clear from the
You
beginning.
had a message track.
Yes.
This is the message track. Kate is sick. She's going for abdominal surgery. Do not expect to see her until March, or was it after Easter? After Easter. Why did you
Which
pivot?
was even great because you didn't even give us an actual date. You just said after Easter.
Why did
know?
you pivot? Like for me, the minute you add new information into a story, it fuels the fire.
Yeah.
Really what you should be doing is trying to like quash the fire.
Yeah.
So do you know what you do? You say the same thing over and over and over again, and people are going to be like, okay, well, this is all the
And then they'll get
information that
bored and
exists.
somebody will break up with his new exotic girlfriend after 2 days and people will move to that
And
story
people will
and they
move
will
on.
forget.
And people will move on and they will forget. I blame the comms team for pivoting too quickly and too haphazardly. Unless there is some other objective that they're trying to manage, they're trying to you know achieve, and we don't know what that is. But even if that is true, then what has happened is even worse.
Yeah.
Because to make Kate go through all of this, to make her put out a photo that she photoshopped and she made a mistake, and then to make her then pretend like, oh, sorry guys, it was me, I tried something, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another question. Where was Will? Where was Will? Why was Will not supporting her? Why was Will not speaking up for her? Why was Will not addressing and saying, even if it's from a letter from the office of Prince William, whatever, what have you, like, please leave us alone.
Yeah.
Like Will didn't do what he needed to do for his wife. I don't know how Kate feels. Obviously, I don't know how Kate feels.
I think that we can go on and on about what's happening or what's not happening. Like what's the actual situation, you know? Did you guys know before, whatever? But I think for me, why this story rocked me, it goes beyond what's happening behind the fence, the walls. We
Yeah.
don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
there. It's more what our reaction was as
people.
humans, as people. That's what rocked me. It was like, have we lost our
We've
humanity
forgotten
and
how
our
to be people.
compassion?
Yeah.
So have we lost it so much that when someone says, "Hi, I'm going away for abdominal surgery," that means clobber me with questions and conspiracy theories and decide like it didn't. You didn't see any sympathy or any compassion come through in the comments or in the stories that came after that. Nobody was like, "Oh, shame, she's doing surgery. This
I'm
might
not
be
so
rough."
sure about that. I think I did see a lot
I
of
didn't
comments.
see anything about that.
But this is
I
my
saw
thing.
it now.
My
Now
thing
that we
is-
know it's cancer, all of a sudden
No.
now we're okay.
I saw it before. I want to say that I saw it before, and I think the real question here is have we lost our humanity? Yes, of course. I think that there's definitely parts of us that have, but if there's anything that I've learned in being in communications is that the negative voices are always louder than the positive ones. They're always louder than the positive ones. And so I actually think that the next step, the action that needs to be taken is that the positive voices, we need to learn to be louder. Like, we're so good at focusing on the negative. We're so good at focusing on what's wrong and fueling that for whatever reason, for the drama, for the entertainment, or because within ourselves there's something negative. I can get to focus on someone else's issue, not my own. That we need to now work on the people who are positive, the people who are saying good things, who are feeling good things. You have a good comment, say it. Because I don't know about you, I don't comment on posts.
Yeah, I really do.
I really do. But I will see something, I will like it. I'll be like, oh my gosh,
I'll like it
this
and I'll
is amazing.
share it.
Even for me, I don't even.
I will
like it. I don't think I'll share it. But like to post your positive comment. Because we need to drown out the negative voices. The negative voices are always they're always going to be louder than the positive ones.
I think I was just, for me, because I hear you on negative voices being louder, but the conversation today is not about the positive voices because we didn't hear those as loudly. And what has pushed Kate to, like, a woman who should be, because I remember a couple years ago when I went through, the doctors said all kinds of funny things. And mine wasn't even this deep, And I remember just feeling like I want to hide from the world and process and heal and recover. Can you imagine being in that space and having kids and being confronted with your own mortality, being confronted with the possibility that you might not have the strength or the energy to play with your kids. You might be sick for a long time. You might not be here for those kids. But now, instead of being able to focus on that, you've had to focus on the fact that people are just talking smack about you and your family. And now you're trying to like solve that. You're trying to diffuse that. You're
hope
like,
someone has taken her phone away from her.
Well,
because
would it matter? Because now 2 days ago, she's come out and done this video.
Look, I think she's also, because Megan also told us about the institution, and once the institution says
nobody
this, nobody can say
hun.
and nobody can say no to the institution, and it's T for tense, So I think to consider her in the context of that as well. But what I'm saying is that I hope that within her current framework of existence, she's doing what she needs to do to protect herself, like physically, so she can heal, but also mentally, because it's messy.
It is.
It's messy. It's cruel. It's mean. It's insane. Now let's talk about how everyone, after her coming out with her video message, like celebrities everywhere are just like, we're so sorry, we didn't know,
I'm upset by that.
I'm
that makes
upset by
zero
that
sense
as
to
well.
me, because a lot of the celebrities also made posts and joked about it and contributed to the chaos, contributed to the conspiracy. They made reels about it. They got their million views.
100%.
And now, because the woman has come out to say, actually, I've got cancer. Now everyone's apologizing.
I'm so sorry. I did this thing. I saw Blake Lively.
I saw that one.
The Blake Lively one. I saw that late night host. What's his name? The one with the glasses. Not John Oliver, not the British one, the American one. I want to say Seth.
It could be Seth Rogen. Is it Seth Rogen? No?
Yeah, even
I don't
G's
remember.
Not with us. I don't know.
I don't watch late night.
I also don't watch. I watch a lot of
Trevor,
late night.
and then Trevor left, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, what's the point? I'm kidding. Jimmy Kimmel, I do love you. You're great. Did you watch the Jimmy Kimmel Oprah thing I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, but I think that so basically what I'm saying is that within this framework that she's operating in, that she's existing in, I hope that she's doing what she needs to do to protect her. But also, like, her comms team also needs to be looking out for her. Her family needs to be looking out for her to say, okay, like, can you just sit down? Because I think yesterday you were saying to me that if this had been you and you were whoever, like, you were Princess of Wales, okay?
Never.
Dummy would have said to everybody, like, she's not doing anything. She's not going anywhere. She is focusing on herself. If the world must burn, the world must burn.
Yeah.
If that's what needs to happen, that's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
It's okay. But she needs to heal. And I feel, I don't know, well, again, because we don't have visibility, but I don't know what support she's gotten from her family.
I'm not even interested. I'm not interested in the support from her family.
I know.
I'm going to be honest. I'm focused on all of us.
I know.
I don't know what's happening in there, and I can't speak to it. And I don't want to... Because
you
if I
don't
sit
want
here,
to speculate.
Exactly. I don't want to speculate.
We don't
I
want
sit here and I speculate. Where was William?
Yeah.
What was William doing? Why didn't William support her?
Yeah.
Does she have so? Like, I don't know. I don't have the answers, and I'm not trying to, like, add more fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
You know?
I think for me, what I'm thinking of it from, like, like if I was the comms lead on this and I had to crisis manage this, that's the lens that I'm looking at it from. Because you're now saying, okay, fine, we must talk to the people. How are you going to do it in a way that it ultimately protects Kate? Because you're right, from a humanity perspective, we've lost it, but you need to balance these two things out. Now you've decided you want to protect reputation, but also protect Kate. That's also important.
I think my sole focus, I don't even care about the comms team. They should get fired. They should not get fired. I don't actually care. I just care about how we treat people who we see as public domain. People who we see as public figures, and they are ours. They are ours to judge. They are ours to criticize. They are ours to treat the way we want. They are ours to, like, the funny thing is we don't actually even know these people. And there's this story about Julia Roberts that's been, like, it's from 2018 or something, but somebody recently reposted the video and it's been going around again.
Okay.
There's this picture she posted back then, one early morning, herself and her niece, Emma Roberts, I think, were sitting down playing cards first thing in the morning. So she's fresh faced. She's like the definition of I woke up like this.
Yeah.
Hair in a messy bun, fresh face, just having a good time. And you can see the pure joy on her face.
Yeah.
And she posts this thing, and she wasn't like on social. She wasn't big on social or anything. This was like maybe one of the few things she'd posted back then when she first joined. And the comments started, and people were just cruel. Oh my goodness, she's not aging well. Why does she look like that? Oh my God, she got so old. Some people were like, oh my God, she looks like a man. What is happening?
Oh my gosh.
The comments were rough. And the video that's currently going around is this woman who posted it has taken an excerpt from an interview that Julia did with Oprah, I think, and put it over that photo. And in it, Julia's basically talking about that particular photo. And she's saying how she just posted this thing like for her, it was a pure, joyful moment. It was just a good moment. Yeah. And she shared this thing. And she was like, when the feedback came, she was like, oh my goodness, this is rough.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember her saying the only thing that helped her was that she was like, I'm a 50-year-old woman. You know, I know who I am. I know what I've accomplished. These were the things that helped keep me sane. And she was just like, I'm thinking now, what about for other people who are younger and are just coming up? This kind of thing can completely destabilize you.
No, 100%.
And people you just put that stuff out there because 100%. You feel that, because here's where I think humans are forgetting something. And this is why when I said this thing to you, I was like, oh, I'm going to get canceled. But actually, you know what? I'm still going to ask this. And I remember asking you this question back when Taylor was in the news every day. She was in the news because they said she was stealing the spotlight at her boyfriend's games. Nobody was focusing on the game anymore. It's just Taylor is waving, Taylor is dancing, Taylor is happy, Taylor was this, Taylor. And the world was mad. And then the other thing was, Taylor Swift is throwing a tantrum every couple of days. Today, someone said something, she throws a tantrum. This person said throws a tantrum. She doesn't win this. And I remember a woman making a post saying Taylor is 33, for God's sakes, at that time, I think. She's 33 or 34, I think.
Yeah.
And it was, why is she acting like a teenager? Yeah. And I remember saying to you, but the question we need to ask is Taylor Swift even a real person? And you were like, what are you talking about?
What are you saying? I remember you asking that.
We forget to separate the persona, the job, from the actual human. Because the Taylor Swift, as we know, nobody actually knows Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
We don't really know what she does in her downtime. We don't know what side of the bed she sleeps on. We don't know how she drinks her morning coffee. Everything we know has been put together, crafted beautifully and carefully by whoever's running her team, by the studio that she's signed to present to us like a complete persona, a job. We don't actually know the human. And so when you come out and you say, Taylor is the worst human being, you don't actually know that. All you know is the job, Taylor Swift, the persona.
Yeah.
But you attack that person and you forget that behind the $30,000 dress, behind the flawless hair, behind the, oh my God, her makeup is lit, is an actual human being who bleeds like the rest of us. And that's what I'm struggling with on this Kate thing. I'm just like, guys, I understand. all of us want to know what our celebrities are doing. We want to know what they're wearing. We want to know who they went out with. We want to know who they're doing it with. We want to know who they're no longer doing it with. Like, we are all emotionally invested. But before you tweet something, before you make a reel, before you say something that attacks this person, just sit back and remember
that there's a person
behind this thing. And if you were the one in their position, how would this thing rock you?
Yeah.
That's where I'm struggling, because I look at the chaos, and I'm not going to lie. The chaos is great for the newspapers. It's great for the magazines. It's great for all of the blogs. If you are a content person, the chaos is wonderful. But how are you contributing to this lack of compassion and this lack of humanity that we are seeing more and more every day? That's where I'm stuck.
Yeah. I think a big part of this also is and I think the part of this that shocks me is how people are so comfortable to say the things that they're saying online. But I don't know if they were sitting opposite Taylor Swift, if they were sitting opposite Kate, if they were sitting opposite Megan, or all of the people. Would they say this to your face?
No.
And I just don't think that they would, you know, because on some level you're going to feel on some level your humanity will come back to you to be like, oh, because now you're sitting in front of me, you're a person, and I see you as a person, so I'm not going to say to you the things that I would say online. And it's this anonymity that social media gives you, you know, and this feeling of, you know, Taylor Swift's got 3 million followers on Instagram. Yeah. You are one of 3 million, so she's not gonna see it, or she's not gonna feel it, or she's not going to.
Imagine if 2 million people think that way.
But that's my point, right? Imagine you are one of 3 million people who are following Taylor Swift. I don't know how many followers she has, but when you flip it around the other way, you realize that it's 3 million people who are telling Taylor, you know, all of the things that are wrong with her, all of the things that are difficult. The other thing that I think is key to remember is that, yes, there's a human behind the celebrity, but because she is a human, she has human moments. The difficult thing, though, is that her human moments are captured. She's in front of a camera 24/7. If you were in front of a camera 24/7, we would see some shocking things come from you. Yes, right?
You're right.
We'd see shocking things come from you, and everyone would be like, "Oh my gosh, even you are a problem." You know, and I think it's difficult, that level of celebrity, because you have to, you're constantly on, like, every second word that's coming out of your mouth, are you second guessing it? Are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about it because you don't want to get cancelled? Because if you get cancelled, it's now your whole livelihood that could potentially come crashing down around you, right? So I think it's tough. I think it's important to remember that behind the celebrity is a human, behind the persona is a human, and humans have human moments all day, every day, multiple times a day as well.
Yeah.
I went through something like this. I am by no means a celebrity, so please, that's not at all the thing. But I was in a position where something had happened with my dad, and he was now in the papers for something, and the comments while the whole thing was happening, it was tough. It was like a really, really difficult thing. And he came out on top at the end, you know, because he was vindicated, he was, you know, proved right, and it was a journey. But during that process, while it was still being sorted out, the comments online were horrible. And now I'm reading comments about people who are speaking about my dad, and the things they're saying about my dad, things they're saying about my mother, things they're saying about me, about my brother, about our family. Some of them were so ridiculous and so funny. Like, I was like, I lolled. Like, we were accused of being part of the Illuminati.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, what?
If you are, though, you can just blink twice. I want the tea. No.
But, like, I mean, so it ranged from everything. So I'm just saying, like, being on the receiving end, it ranged from everything of being, like, absolutely ridiculous, like you're part of the Illuminati, right through to truly, like, hurtful things. And it was so difficult. Like, and then now I'm getting phone calls. Like, I'm getting phone calls from journalists. I'm getting phone calls from friends, and also friends. Okay, people I haven't spoken to in like so long are now calling me to be like, oh, Cassie, are you okay? Are you okay with this thing? And I'm like, I'm like, why are you calling me?
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone. But it was, for me, I think ultimately what that was it was a real eye-opening moment, and I stopped commenting online at all because that thing was personified for me in a very real way.
Yeah. So, because I think the summary of today's chat that has gone very off rail is that I think that as a people, as humans, I think that we judge our celebrities or people in a position of power, I think we judge them a little too harshly. And I've jokingly said, I can't remember who I said it to,
Let's
being
talk
a
about
celebrity.
that. No. Let's unpack that, because I think there's also, and I'm asking the question, I don't know what the answer is, okay? But like, where is the line? Because if you are choosing to be a celebrity, are you not also like welcoming input into your life? I'm not saying that input has to be unkind, okay? That in no way is that acceptable. But to choose to be in a public position is to invite public opinion, right? And so at some point you also have to, you as a person need to make your peace with that as well.
I think that's where we have that's what the place of critics are. They're allowed to criticize your work. They're allowed to criticize you if you say some dumb shit.
But that is judgment.
But they're not allowed to criticize you as a human. So someone shouldn't come and say, because you're a public figure, I can tell you that you're too fat and you need to lose 35 kilograms. They're not allowed to say that to you.
Okay.
Just because you're a public figure. They're allowed to say that your viewpoint on, I don't know, politics, on government, on education is wrong.
But are they allowed to say to you,
they're
like,
not,
I think you're overweight and you need to focus on your health?
No, why?
But why?
That's because now you must separate, because I think where we blur the line is you are a public figure with a personal life. We often blur the two. Like the person, for instance, in the story you just told, this thing was happening with your dad.
Yeah.
Why were you and your brother suddenly getting trolled?
You're catching
Why were
strays.
exactly? Why were you guys getting trolled? Why were you involved? It had nothing to do with you. They had blurred the line between the public figure and had spilled over to his personal life that had nothing to do with the public.
Fine.
Which is what's happening with Kate now. She's a public figure who's now suddenly sick and has children she's choosing to prioritize. But we feel that the moment you become a public figure, then we own both your public facade and your personal one. We own your most innermost thoughts. We own what time you want to go to the toilet. We own everything about you, and I don't agree.
Yeah, I hear you. I think also though, like what would then become so yes, we need to separate the persona. I need to unpack this thought. Give me a second, because we need to separate the persona from the from the person. But those two things, like often why I'm with you is because I appreciate the persona.
Cass, you don't know the person.
No. I know that I don't know the person. I'm not disagreeing with that. So the thing that's coming into my mind is politicians. Okay, so for example, politicians will come in, and I mean, I was watching just yesterday this thing on Netflix. I've already forgotten what it's called. Anatomy of a Scandal. Yesterday I watched Anatomy of a Scandal, and the guy is a politician, and he cheats on his wife, and it now becomes public news, right? When that happens, it does call into question your morals, your ethics, which then, so I have, as someone who's now I'm one of your constituents, I'm criticizing you, I'm judging you, and you cannot tell me that the persona and the politician are different. Because I voted for you because of who you are. Exactly.
No, I'm saying there's a personal life to this man. For me, in that scenario, where you would blur the line is if you're allowed to be upset with he's your senator, he's whatever for your district, right? Yeah. But then when you blur that is when you now skip him and go to the wife, or you start trolling the wife, or you start saying things online about.
That's not what I'm saying.
Because the thing is, it's never going to be a one size fits all. So for instance, the Julia one. Homegirl was just living her best life. life.
Yeah, that's
Woke
wild.
up and I was just living my best
But I
life,
think
and
on
you
that
came for
we're-
her.
on that we're
That's the kind
agreed.
of thing I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't like if Julia is in a movie tomorrow and it is bad, the critics are allowed to be like, yo, Julia, homegirl, nah, you didn't bring it on this one. We didn't see the talent. Something's changed. Maybe the direction was off. You're allowed to criticize the craft. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's feedback.
Yeah.
If Julia wakes up tomorrow and is like, actually, you know what? Let's kill all of the ginger-haired people in the world. You're allowed to be like, Julia, homegirl, your thinking on this is are you okay? Is everything all right? Do we need to call a doctor? You know?
Yeah.
Like if people are just, I'm not saying don't call them out. Call everyone out if they're doing the wrong thing. But don't attack people with like the meanest comments, the meanest things, the most derogatory things. That's because I'm like, that thing pierces
I think
you.
on that we're
That thing will hurt.
agreed.
And it doesn't
Of
matter
course, yeah.
how many layers of celebrity you have.
Yeah.
It will still hurt. That's
Yeah.
where I'm not saying don't call people out, but I'm just like, while you're calling them out, be mindful that there's a human being behind it and there is a straightforward or kind way
Yeah.
to do this. I'll give you an example. I was in some random woman's comments yesterday. I don't even know who this person is, but she did. I'm not gonna lie, can't remember. But she was like, "Oh, if you wanna, this is a gym. Try this at your next workout at the gym or whatever." And she was doing core, and she was doing this thing where I don't even know what that thing's called. Anyway, but you are hanging from this machine with your elbows and you pull your feet up. That one.
Yeah.
And then she does this thing and she basically goes through. And I watched the full video. I'm not gonna lie, I was engaged. So then I don't know what led me to the comments, but I was just like, tap. And the very first comment there is this other gym woman who goes, if you do it slower, it'll be better. Right now, you're just swinging your legs. And I was like, girl, there's a nicer way to say, actually, your technique could be just slow it. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't need to say, right now, you're not doing anything. You're just swinging your legs. I wasn't the one she was speaking to, but I was like, huh?
Or is feeling it so deeply.
I was just like, you could have said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Which is good feedback, but you could have said it kinda.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's my whole thing. It's just, even when we're giving feedback, just be kinder. Even when we are preaching, work harder, you can be kinder.
Yeah.
Even when we're preaching, girl, your outfit ain't good, you can be kinder.
Yeah.
Even when you want to tell your friend, sweetie, I think you need to lose some weight, you can be kinder with
Yeah.
it. It's true. Even when you want to tell your homegirl, see, this man that you're with, he's not the one.
Not it.
There's a way you can
There's a
be
way to package
kinder
it.
about it so that the person actually feels or the person is able to hear the feedback and isn't hurt and isn't rocked and it doesn't close off from you. That's where I'm at. But this thing, like you said, the anonymity makes us feel like we can say anything
The
and
anonymity
get away
makes
with
you
it.
feel so brave.
And that's where I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
So I think my message for everyone is don't be another one of those people who's just in the comments, just rocking people right, left, and center.
I think stop and ask yourself, like, if someone
the
were to
one.
say this to you,
how would I feel?
how would you feel?
Exactly.
Like, and don't come with the fake bravado of like, nah, I'd be okay. Like, if it's the truth, I can handle it.
And I want to
Bull
talk to the
crap.
people who are like,
Like-
I'm just blunt, but that chat is not for today.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to finish and we need
There's
to go.
blunt and there's rude, and you're probably rude.
I think that what I'm basically preaching is that before the next time you get upset by something someone says or does, or a celebrity that you love or respect has now screwed up or has done something or is not wearing the right clothes or whatever, and you have a strong opinion on that thing, maybe just pause and actually think about what you're about to put out there.
Yeah.
Like before you tweet it, before you put everyone in the company on blast, before you start raining hellfire down on that person who keeps stealing your yogurt from the fridge, even though your name is on it, just pause. All I'm asking is pause.
Take a second.
And just
And just
remember,
think
on
it
the other
through.
end of this is a human who, for whatever reason, has done this thing. And then you can proceed
Yeah.
with a little bit of kindness and
A little bit of kindness, a little bit of compassion, a little bit of care,
a little bit of care
as well.
And maybe when I'm obsessed with the robots arriving and the aliens arriving.
This
Maybe
thing
when
stresses you out
maybe
so
when
much.
they arrive, we will actually be different from them. Because as far as I can see, if we lose our humanity and we lose our compassion, when the aliens arrive and the robots rise, they will feel well at home.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have human compassion, are we even human?
No,
Exactly.
I don't think so.
So then it's fine. They can come.
I don't think so.
And that's what that for me, that it's just pause and remember that there's a human on the other side of this rant you're about to go on. That's all I'm asking. Yeah. Okay, this was long, and this was it went much deeper than I thought. I apologize. No, I don't. But come say hi on Instagram. Don't be upset. Leave me know. I'm working on it on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Don't forget to like and comment on Spotify and Apple. Hey, if you want to even be upset with me, I'm okay with that. As far as you come say hi, and I'll say hi back.
Lols. That's hilarious.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. You can also watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you. Bye.